purpose. It drives us. Brings a passion to our everyday. Makes us care. We care about our planet, our customers,
nuestros clientes,
our colleagues,
nuestros colegas,
our friends,
החברים שלנו,
nos amis,
our children,
nuestros hijos,
наши дети,
our community.
Amar Junun.
As nossas comunidades.
Our passion shapes us.
La nostra passione ci plasma.
Nasza pasja nas kształtuje.
Create spaces where people thrive. Helps us and our customers reach decarbonization and energy goals. And pushes us to advance smart solutions for healthy buildings. We're a diverse, passionate global team. Leading by example. Shaping hospital environments for better patient experiences. Inspiring students with advanced learning spaces. Taking stadium experiences to new heights.
It comes down to passion. And our passion is to build smarter, healthier, and more sustainable tomorrows.
We are Johnson Controls.
Hello, everyone. My name is Yulia Samoilenko, and I'm a talent acquisition manager for East Region in Canada for our commercial buildings business. I wanted to thank you, truly thank you for taking your time today to join us to learn more about Johnson Controls and how you can kickstart your career with us here today. People are our number one and most important asset. And whether you're just starting your career journey right out of college or high school, considering new opportunities, or you're re-entering workforce after taking your time to take care of your personal affairs, we are here to share a lot more information as to how you can join us and how we can help you on your career journey. So what you're going to hear about today is not just who we are and what you do, but also a plethora of opportunities that we have to truly kickstart your career with us. So from internship programs to comprehensive sales training to robust technician training, and also moving into supply chain and inside programs, we have more than enough to help you on your journey. So aside from just programs, I'm very excited to let you know that you're going to hear some exciting personal stories from people that's been with us just for a short while and been in the seat where you are right now today. And now they're helping customers and serving them to the best of their ability. And also individuals who started their journey very long time ago and are still enjoying their time here. So again, thank you so much. You're going to hear a lot. I'm sure you'll have a lot of questions, and we welcome you to drop those questions in the chat or share them at the end of our session. With that, I am going to turn it over to our Chief Operating Officer, Brian Register.
Hey, good morning. And hey, thank you, Yulia. It's exciting, always exciting to talk about kickstarting your career at Johnson Controls. So today I'm going to go through who we are and what we do and a little bit about my story as I started here in a similar fashion. So at Johnson Controls, you heard George talk about, we have amazing technology that we drive in buildings. And we're here to talk about that with you today and give you a little bit of insight to what we do and the solutions that we provide for our customers to meet their needs. Next slide. So when you think about Johnson Controls, we're a $23 billion global company that has been in business for over 140 years. And we touch a lot of different customers. A lot of buildings that you go in today, whether you realize it or not, have our technology inside of them. Imagine over 90% of the world's most iconic buildings have our systems in place. Even within North America, over 80% of all hospitals have our systems in place. So we touch a lot of different folks. We provide a lot of value and sustainability across the world. Next page. So when you think about the technologies that we have building automation systems. So how do we drive pressurization, temperature, humidity control within a building? How do we drive safety? So intrusion systems, badging access systems. How do we drive fire systems? So smoke detection, suppression, sprinklers, and then overall HVAC equipment that help keep the buildings tempered and cooled, all at the same time trying to save energy and do it in the most optimal way, and sharing all that insight into one common operating system for all smart buildings. That's essentially what we do on a page and how we provide value to the different customer types that we have. And this is a good view of a city where you can see all different types of buildings and how it kind of comes together in terms of safe access, energy efficient, carbon footprint, improving operations, and overall performance and well-being for the different people in those buildings. And imagine going from stadiums that have our controls and security fire alarm systems to hospitals to schools. We really play in all the different markets and building types that you're used to accessing within a given day. So imagine, laboratories and hospitals, but we also do airports. Data centers is a significant growth vector for North America, and jumpstarting your career. We're at the forefront of that technology. And then also smart buildings, really weaving all of these together into making them all smarter is a core of what we do within those different systems that I covered. Next page. And so that's a little bit about Johnson Controls and the different spaces that we play in and the technology that we bring. But ultimately today is not only to understand that as a trajectory for your career, but to know that you have amazing opportunities within our company. So I also started in this same program almost 26 years ago in a high school as a co-op in Baltimore, Maryland. And I leveraged our tuition reimbursement program to go to night school for math and computer science. Taught me a lot about what I do today. I spent a ton of time in engineering, so learning how to physically design these systems and program them to make them work for our customers. And you build tremendous trust and relationships with your customers when you're solving these types of problems for them. And that's really a big rewarding part about the job when you make these buildings come to life. And then after you do that for a while, what I've learned is that the more benefit that I get is by sharing it with others and by participating in events like this, where I can tell you a little bit about what we do and empower you and motivate you to come join our team and then take it to the next level. So today you're going to hear about our BEST program and other things that we do to really provide career pathing for our people, and to really reward you and give you an amazing journey to not make this just a job, but a career where you can enjoy the rest of your time here on our team. So with that in mind, I'm going to turn it over to Ronnie, and thank you so much. I look forward to your joining the team. Thank you.
Thank you, Brian. That was great. Now that everyone understands our business more, you're going to hear from a few of our fabulous leaders about some of the specific programs and opportunities that we offer. Plus, we'll have time for Q&A near the end of this session. But my name is Ronnie, and I lead our early careers recruiting team. I've been here for over 2 years, and I absolutely love it. The people here are fantastic. I'm actually obsessed with my manager. Don't tell her, but I think she's amazing. And working for a company that saves their customers money and helps improve the environment, it makes you feel so good and really proud to work here. So almost like your job gives you even more of a purpose. So I really love it. For those of you that are current students and not graduating this semester, we have a fantastic intern program that you can apply to. We offer internships year-round, but honestly, most of them are during the summer. We have 4 pillars to our intern program: performance, teamwork, networking, and professional development. Each intern role is different. You'll be doing real work where you have a manager and mentor. You'll have goals and commitments to meet and weekly check-ins with your manager so you know how you're doing. But in addition to your day job, we host an innovation challenge. So, each summer you can really hone in on your creativity and solve real Johnson Controls business problems and win good prizes, which is super important, of course. We also host fun in-person and virtual events so you can build your network within Johnson Controls and make new lifelong best friends. We also host a professional development series because we want you to be ready to join us full time, as that's our ultimate goal, bringing you on forever. And last summer, let's go to the next slide. Thank you. Last summer, our interns had so much fun volunteering at the Hunger Task Force farm where they harvested the fields, which is crazy. Who gets to harvest a farm field these days? But they loved it. We partied at the Light the Hone event where interns across Milwaukee competed to design the light display on this huge traffic bridge, which our interns won, by the way. They did a fantastic job. We had trivia night, we had happy hour, we had games night, we had a kickball day, we had a name that tune contest, tons of fun stuff so that your summer isn't all work and no play. So if you're looking for an internship position, just go to our career site. There's going to be a QR code at the end of this too, but you can go to our career site, which is jobs.johnsoncontrols.com, and I'll put it in the chat if it's not there already. But hit search jobs and put the word intern in the keyword field so you can see all the opportunities that come up. So that's it. So next up is Maitri, who leads our learning and development team. She's going to even tell you more about the programs here.
Thank you, Ronnie. Hello, everyone. Really happy to be here today. I lead the learning and development team for global commercial sales and our software as a service. I'm here to talk about our sales training approach, our early career best sales program, and a little bit about my career as well. So there we go. This is to share, we are really focused on, this is a commercial learning strategy, and I'll focus on the new sellers because most of y'all will be in that category. We have 3 solid programs. One is the best sales program, which is actually designed for college graduates. It's a 24-week program, and I'll be going more into details on that one. If you are someone who's taken a break and are considering to rejoin the workforce, we also have the Sales Builder program that is for lateral sales hire. And then we also have the Building Sales Leader program to become a manager and a leader. Aside from that, why I always keep this slide is to share that we truly believe not just to help you join our organization, but we believe in continued education and continuously investing in you. That's the breadth of our learning. We also focus on depth. So as you join and you get into a role, how can you get better in your current role? How can you add more skills so you can actually grow through your career at JCI and beyond? And then finally, some strategic skills. You think about AI, you think about account management, whatever is the skill of the year that's required to grow our organization. We also focus on that for all our sellers. So that's our commercial learning strategy in a nutshell. I'll go to the next slide to talk about our competency-based upskilling and career development. So you join Johnson Controls on the sales side. It's actually every function, but I'm here to talk about sales today. We have a sales competency model, which has 22 behaviors, actually 52 behaviors and 22 skills. So at no point you're wondering, how do I grow? Which part of my skill set do I have to focus on? We have that roadmap for you. We have an assessment where you can take your assessment with the help of your manager, identify your gaps, and go take an upskilling learning program, which is also there we have in this space. So these were 2 slides about our strategy on how we invest for onboarding, continuous learning, help you grow in your role, and help you upskill and take your career forward. So that was in a nutshell. Let's switch gears and go a bit deeper into why we're here today in terms of our early career sales training program. So it's called the Best Sales Program. We can go to the next slide. And it's really designed for college graduates. So if you are graduating this year, please watch out for our program and work with our recruitment team to join this program. We have 4 tracks. So we have the best HVAC, best security, best HVAC equipment, and best fire. So all of these 4 programs are 24 weeks programs that happen twice a year. So in spring and fall, we start a new cohort in June and January. Essentially, this program focuses on helping you. First of all, it's, going from college graduates to professional world. That's obviously included. But as part of our sales training career, we focus on sales skills. Think about presentation skills. Think about account management skills. How do you break a conversation with a customer? How do you find a new lead? So there's core sales skills that will be covered. We also cover sales processes and tools. So essentially, how do you work the systems, the estimating? How do you find a new lead? How do you leverage the sales tools? All of Salesforce, all of that will be covered. And then lastly, we have a sales technical products. Our solutions, as Brian mentioned, are here to grow our, help the world be a better place and save energy and save cost for our customers as well. And that requires some technical products across each line of business. So we have in-depth time spent on helping you learn about these technical products. Go visit manufacturing facilities, engineering labs, manufacturing location, where we actually build new products. So all of that is covered, including spending time with people and following and shadowing a seller in the field, because you learn the most as you see other people do the job. So this program is 70% virtual, 30% in person. In the in-person, you'll have training, session, classroom segments. You'll go visit different, facilities. And then on the virtual side, we have an entire program that's focused on how can you get mentors? How can you shadow people? How can you see what actually happens? And not just shadow our sellers, shadow our technicians. What happens on the other side of the business so you are a better seller tomorrow? So that's kind of a building early career sales training program. I will say it's one of the oldest. Like, I got this in legacy as I lead this team. Some of our sales leaders and regional vice presidents today are actually college graduates of this program. So we really invest in you. And, our data says for those who've gone through this program have gone ahead and done so much more at the organization. So that's our building early career sales training program. If we go to the next slide. This is just a slide, it talks about where you will go use this, if you're part of this program, how will you leverage, meeting your team, your local assignments, your field visits, you'll have your own profile, you'll have discussion boards. So there's some bit of what you experience in college that'll also come here as we bring you to our corporate world as well. So that's our building early career sales training program. I think I have a couple more slides. Yes, so this is the best sales intern program. Back to what Rani said, if you've not yet graduated and you're considering the future leaders intern program, but want to focus on the sales aspect, we have a specialized track. So first of all, best sales interns are part of the future leaders internship program that Rani just covered, but this is a specialized track that actually helps you test if sales is where you want to be. We'll help you actually have a real world project, have a mentor, go through some specific sales skills training. And so you can really figure out if this is, where you want to grow your career. And if you decide at the end of the career, sales is not for you, you'll still improve your employability and would have exposure to Johnson Controls. So that's our best sales internship program. We are actually actively recruiting for this program as well. And then the last slide will give you a bit of what we are looking for. So I won't go through each of this, each of the segment, but essentially we do prefer some bit of technical background, but each of the tracks focuses on very different things. So like best sales HVAC controls is focused on selling a smart HVAC cells and controls. You'll engage with owners and consulting engineers and contractors. Versus best sales HVAC equipment is focused on selling equipment that actually enhance energy efficiency, indoor environments. And then our fire and security tracks are very much focused on how do you sell fire alarms, mass notifications, how you help community safety. And then on the best sales security, the technology is really advancing and you have advanced video surveillance, access control, and how you can customize solutions for each customer. So all 4 tracks are currently open. We actually have our January cohort going on and actively recruiting for a June cohort. So please, if you're interested, leverage the QR code at the end and please apply for these. That's a little bit. So now I have the opportunity to share about my career. And it was a great moment to reflect. I actually complete 14 years this June. So I've been with the company for 14 years, but I can safely say I feel I have a new job at least every 3 years. And it's a privilege to be able to say I continue to learn something new every day. And I know I have a long way to go. In terms of just a high level view, I've worked across 2 continents. I've worked with colleagues from every continent, right from someone sitting in Hong Kong to someone sitting in Dublin to someone sitting in Canada. Worked across different areas, like I've been a business analyst, worked on the strategy operations side, marketing. And this is what I really want to share. I finally moved into the people space of learning and development. I didn't have an education on learning and development, but at one point in my career, I wanted to shift because this is where I thought I found my meaning and I had more impact. Johnson Controls not only enabled the move, but also invested in my learning and growth. So one of the first conferences I went was to learn what it is to be a learning designer. And that I can say is not very common. And I'm so grateful for Johnson Controls for investing because today I love my job. I love the place where I am in, and I get to be able to, grow other people's career, like some of you all sitting in this webinar who will be our future team members. So I will leave with saying from joining the organization as a management trainee with all plans to leave within a year, I'm here 14 years later sharing my career story. So if you want to join an organization that invests in you, enables your career aspirations and growth, you are at the right place. Join Johnson Controls. That's it from me. And I would be really happy to pass the mantle on to Lizzie Kaiser, my peer, who's going to cover about the Best Tech program. Lizzie?
It appears she is frozen, so we can continue to the next person.
Sure. Happy. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, you can.
Okay,
All right,
wonderful.
Allison, I'll bring you on.
Okay, great. Hi, good morning, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Allison Newman. I'm the program manager for workforce development here at Johnson Controls for North America, and happy to share with you opportunities for you to get your foot in the door and have an incredible career as a technician within Johnson Controls. If you want to go to the next slide, Michelle. So we have an incredible partnership with a nationwide technical school program called Lincoln Tech, where we have many campuses across the country that they have an HVAC curriculum as well as an electrical curriculum, where we are able to then bring them on board as fire technicians, HVAC technicians, security technicians to a multitude of incredible opportunities around the country. In addition to that, 2 years ago, we started the Johnson Controls Academy. We have over 285 graduates that have come out of that program, which is a post-technical school accelerated boot camp program. So if you have a baseline aptitude for electrical, so came from a technical school, Lincoln Tech, we have members of our community college partnerships on the phone now, as well as other technical schools around the country, or even high school, if you have been in a tech ed program and love to work with your hands, love to solve problems, like Brian Reedster said earlier. This is a job for you, where you're able to be in the field, solve problems, and be very, very close to our customers. You start your career training right away. So it's a 6-week accelerated training program where you are paid. We bring you on board as a technician. We're paying you for these 6 weeks, where 2 weeks are virtual and then 4 weeks is in person in either Columbia, Maryland, or Denver, Colorado, where you're getting hands-on skill-based training on our security systems as well as our fire systems.
Once that training is completed, you then get relocated to an incredible market to then grow your career, where you get a career coach for a whole year as well, checking in with you once a month to see how you're doing to help you grow and develop in your career. It's been an incredible program so far. We're continuing to invest in the program, and 92% of our graduates continue to grow with Johnson Controls. We have a little QR code on the bottom of this screen that you can scan and submit your application to be considered for the Academy. If you want to go to the next slide, Michelle. This is a map of all the Lincoln Tech campuses that we have across the country. So we have 16 locations across the country that have our Johnson Controls equipment that's part of that learning environment. Each year there's 600 electrical grads, 600 HVAC grads. We have hired over 500 graduates out of the Lincoln Tech family to become part of the Johnson Controls family, 150 just last fiscal year alone. And as I had mentioned earlier, over 285 into our Lincoln Tech program, where we are continually hiring individuals into that early career technician onboarding program. If you want to go to the next slide, Michelle. In addition to our Lincoln Tech partnership, I'm really proud to say that Johnson Controls has really given back with our community college partnership program, where we have up to 30 schools now. You can see it on this map of the United States as well as Canada and Hawaii. We have 2 schools in Hawaii where Johnson Controls provides grants to these schools to accelerate and enhance their technical programs, building labs, providing scholarships. We have able to support hundreds of scholarships around the country that, had it not been for Johnson Controls, individuals may not have had the ability to go to college and get a technical degree to join our organization. So wonderful philanthropic efforts that we are using these channels to bring in technicians to Johnson Controls. Get the next slide, please. What I want to share now, you don't want to hear from me. Who you want to hear from is incredible technicians that have gone through the program. And I see Mr. Terrence Carter is on the line. Terrence has been with us 1 year today. So first of all, happy anniversary, Terrence. Terrence has gone through the JCI Academy. He is a fire installer in beautiful Austin. He relocated his family there, has been with us a year. Oh, Terrence, hello. Great to see you. And Terrence was more than happy to hop on just to share his story, to share his journey through the Johnson Controls Academy. And 1 year later, congratulations on your 1 year anniversary. So Terrence, can you tell us a little bit about your journey with us so far?
Of course. Well, let me just tell you, thank you so much for the opportunity to come and speak. My journey has been amazing. I finished Lincoln Tech in August, at the end of August, at the beginning of September. I was wondering what I would do when I finished school. I've always been an electrically savvy person. I was in the military. I did 8 years in the Navy. I was an electronics technician. Even in high school, I did an electronics program. And, it hadn't dawned on me what I could do for career purposes. Coming out of the service, it's hard to transition getting back into, the civilian life, So I've been doing many schools. I had went to film school in Dallas, bouncing back and forth here and there. I went to barber school. And then finally I went to Lincoln Tech and I finished the program. And, after I got done, I was like, what can I do? What can I do with my skill set, my trade skill set? And I was going through my emails and I saw the emails from Allison and Amy. And I knew immediately it clicked. I was like, that's what I could do. I seen all the cities, South Carolina, there was only 2 that stood out to me. And that was Austin, Texas and South Carolina. And I jumped right on it. I got the phone call from Allison. Everyone was so quick, so helpful from the very, very beginning. I got into school, finished school. They got me right over to Austin. And I don't have my background up right now, right? Because I wanted to kind of show everybody where I was at. One of our clients is the University of Texas. And I'm currently over here at the stadium. DKR Stadium. It's a beautiful, beautiful city, and everything has been wonderful. I got to move my kids, my children, my family, my wife We lived in New Jersey. You know, we didn't have a yard. Here in Texas, the quality of life is so much better. With Johnson Controls, you know, the advancement opportunities is amazing. I've been able to just put my skills to work, and all the training that they provided was top tier training. You know, and it's things that I will never forget, and things that I will continue to appreciate Johnson Controls for. And I really appreciate everyone for this opportunity to speak.
Awesome. And thank you, Terrence. Thank you for sharing with us the job site that you're on, which is just absolutely awesome. Congratulations on 1 year with the JCI family and for many, many more to come. We really appreciate you joining us. So thank you so much. What I'd love to do now is hand it over now to Lauren so you can learn more about opportunities in our supply chain space.
Hello. Thank you all so much for joining. My name is Lauren Gizzi, and I am going to be talking about opportunities in supply chain. So perk up if you're one of those folks who likes working with your hands, who likes the idea of being potentially in a manufacturing plant. If you're looking to do industrial engineering or supply chain, logistics and distribution, I'm your gal. So if we could hit the next slide, we have folks all over. So our internships, we have opportunities all over the country. We also have opportunities in all kinds of different business areas. So if you think about supply chain, you know, think about when we were running out of toilet paper a few years ago. Where did it start? Okay, well, we have to go backwards to the shipping. Then from there, we have to go backwards to the quality. And was it up to quality when they were pushing it out so fast? And then we have to go back to what was the speed of the machines. And then we have to, right? All of those steps are involved somewhere in supply chain. And so we have, as you heard from some of our other speakers, we have all of these different great products that we put together in these different locations. And there are different steps that you would learn throughout the process, throughout our internship or rotational program. Now, our internship is really for those who are currently enrolled in school to get that meaningful hands-on experience. This is not a go get coffee and make copies type of internship. Like I said, you're in the plant, got a hard hat on, you're working hard, you're working, solving problems right alongside everyone. You have opportunities to learn, develop, and innovate. So even though our interns are spread across the country, we actually have a global team that will all come together for development and learning and connections to leaders. Currently, for this summer, our summer internships are already filled, but please check back in early fall when we will be posting for those opportunities. Our rotational program, however, I want to keep this, no, that's okay. Our rotational program, we actually just opened up an opportunity for this July. We have one spot, and then we have more spots every 6 months. This is for recent graduates, and you rotate to all those different locations across the country like you saw on that map. So you'd pick up and move every 6 months for 2 years, getting to experience all different areas of the business, of the country, and then you get to take that and turn it into a full-time role. Our graduates from this program, we've had many years of success with this. 80% of our graduates are still here at Johnson Controls, growing their careers. And I would say almost all of them have gotten promoted incredibly quickly. This program really develops leaders. People really respect the experience that you're coming in with, and both the breadth and the depth of that experience, because you get to really solve challenging problems in all different areas and get exposure that most people will never have the opportunity to do in their lifetime. Right, I think that's all we have. Real quick, though, I can talk about my career pathway. I know we hadn't added that, but I'll keep it really brief. I started as a teacher, and I have gone a very wiggly career path. There's no straight line. Went into from teaching to human resources and talent acquisition, and here I am managing programs in finance and supply chain. So just know that options are always open to you if you take opportunities.
All right. Thanks, Lauren. So my name is Jacqueline Polskill, and I am the program manager for our ACE Sales Development Program. I have been with JCI for 7.5 years now. And what's I will actually say is that I started my career with JCI by participating in the ACE program. So I can truly say that working with JCI has been amazing as they continue to push their employees to grow in their careers. I never would have thought that when I started the ACE program, way back when, it feels like, that I would have been given the opportunity to eventually manage the program. And I am so appreciative of that. So Michelle, if you could please advance to the next slide, I will give a high level overview of our program. ACE, or our Accelerated Commercial Excellence Program, is an early career program that develops our future sales leaders through classroom, field, and on-the-job training. What sets us apart is the focus we put on learning, or as I like to say, continuous learning throughout the program. Our program participants not only focus on learning our products, but also how to build relationships with our customers and leadership skills throughout the program. This program lets us build and prepare our employees to become frontline sellers for their respective business units. The program is about 18 to 24 months long, and every program participant starts in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Our cohort starts every June, and from there you will apply what you have been learning and implement these skills into a permanent sales role within Johnson Controls. Placement for your permanent sales role could be in any major city across North America. Right now, I am actively recruiting for our program, and all of our postings are live. So I'm going to run through the profile candidate of who we're looking for. So Michelle, if you could go to the next slide for me, please. That would be great. Thank you. As I mentioned, this is an early career program that we are focusing on recent college graduates or those with 2 years of work experience or less. For the program, an engineering degree is preferred, with this being technical sales, but it is not required. All of our postings for the different business units highlight if, having an engineering degree is highly preferred or not. Having a previous internship experience is definitely preferred, as this really helps bring together all the program participants and sharing their previous interactions that they have encountered before coming to Johnson Controls. As I mentioned, that relocation flexibility is incredibly important to us for this role. As, like I said, the program starts in Milwaukee, but we are ultimately looking for those that are willing to relocate to cities across North America. We've had people move to Texas, California, Phoenix, Boston, St. Louis, Atlanta. You'll actually get to hear from one in a second, hopefully. So really crucial for this program, and I think it is great being able to spread our knowledge there. So I welcome you if this sounds like a role that you could be interested in. When we pull up the QR code at the end, is to search for ACE in our career opportunities to read more in our postings. From here, I'm going to open it up to our Q&A section, but while you all are working on coming up with questions, or am I not going to questions? Let me know. Should I go to questions or not? What do you guys want me to do? Or I can go to Michelle.
Hey, Jacqueline, we're going to go up and introduce Lizzie, since she was having some technical difficulties earlier. So we're going to go transition back to Lizzie. And then if you wouldn't mind, when we come back, maybe you can introduce Letitia to talk about the ACE program.
Absolutely. I can do that. All right, Lizzie.
Thank you so much.
Hi, everyone. Sorry about that. We're in a little bit of a snowstorm in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. So thank you for giving me a second to talk to you about technical learning at Johnson Controls. One of our senior leaders at JCI recently said there are so many career making roles in the technical field here at Johnson. Engineering, project management, mechanics, technicians. And if you've ever been interested in a role like this, you do not need to come with a degree in that or even certifications. We have got training programs that will help you get up to speed quickly, and knowing everything you need to know about your role and the company, in a really fast, great program. So let's talk about the Best Tech program. Next slide, please. So this is kind of like the warm fuzzy of like starting either a new job or a new even career. If you're doing something else and you want to be in a technical role or use your hands or go fix equipment or be on a customer site and you're at all nervous about that, this is the slide to make you feel better. Within your first week, we are going to provide you with a warm welcome and a guide, a human being who's going to have classes with you and introduce you to everything from setting up your email, how to find your paycheck, but also how to work on equipment, how to be safe on a site. We have a really important safety culture here at Johnson Controls, and so we'll train you on how to do all of those things well. The end goal really is that for all of our trades and technical roles, you are the trusted advisor for our customers. You are the one who knows their building. You walk their halls, you know their equipment, you know when they need something new. And so part of that relationship is really making sure that you are trained well and you are ready to go do the job and execute it really well. After the first week, we've got you for the first year. So you're going to go through a role-based training program for about 12 weeks. Some are shorter, some are longer based on the complexity of the job. And then we kind of let you off to your manager with support. And so there's classes that you'll take along the way. We have an amazing group of instructors, many of whom came out of the technical field. They were doing the work that you're doing out there every day, and they were experts. So we snagged them and brought them to our learning and development department. And then really, as you become an expert, not only do we offer more opportunities for you, but we want you to come and speak and train and guide all of our new hires. And so as a new hire at JCI, you'll see that we've got some experts in the field who show up and help you along the way. Next slide, please. So this is a really interesting ability that we have at Johnson Controls is by role, we can tell you exactly what skills or capabilities you need, and then we tie those to learning. And so you see an example on the right, like let's say you're working with air handlers, which is one of the pieces of equipment that we work on here. If that is not an area where you're strong, we've got learning opportunities to help you get better. And so this really, again, is just to let you know that if you've ever been technical or technically savvy and you wanted to get into this field, Johnson Controls is a great place to start that journey. Next slide. And to prove it, here's some quotes from people who've gone through some of our programs. My favorite one is the top right. If I was just hired, I don't know how successful I could be without this class. It's crucial to my role. We really are hearing that these are great programs to make people feel like the company cares about them, they're safe on a job site, and they're knowledgeable enough to go interact with our customers. So technical roles here at Johnson Controls are an awesome place to be. And I'm going to pass it to Q&A with Jacqueline, right?
Yeah, thanks, Lizzie.
Great. Yeah, thank you.
So we are going to open it up for our Q&A section, but while you are working on coming up with those amazing questions, I would like to bring Letitia Jones to share her experience while she was in the ACE program and how her career has been with JCI since then. So Letitia?
Absolutely. Thanks, Jackie. Hi, everyone. Actually, just coming back from the AHR trade show, so forgive the voice. It's a little raspy. Been talking a lot, but a little background on me. So I went to Milwaukee School of Engineering, received my engineering degree, went ahead and jumped into the field as a design engineer, was designing tractors for about a year and a half, decided, you know what, I want to make a change. So Johnson Controls was hiring for their ACE program, saw you needed a engineering degree, and then from there went ahead, applied, joined the team, received an overview of the company. One great thing is I had a chance to work with our OEM side of the business, who specifically sells controls to manufacturers, and work with our branch side of the business, so our controls experts who sell to our branches. So got a nice, well-rounded experience on the control side of the business through the ACE program. Had a chance to interact with numerous, and I do mean numerous, professionals in their career, from peers to leadership. Decided, you know what? I think I want to stick with this. This is for sure the path I want to go. About a year and a half into the ACE program, a position opened up to be a sales account manager down in Atlanta. The opportunity was brought to me. I took it and haven't looked back, and just been working with some of our manufacturers day in, day out. I've been at Johnson Controls for 7 years, so you're going to love it once you join. And Jackie, I'll pass that back to you.
Thanks, Letitia. Appreciate it.
No
So
problem.
from here, we will open up for Q&A, and I will pass it off.
Thanks, Jacqueline.
Yeah.
Wow, what a wealth of information. I really appreciate everybody's time today and taking out the time of your day to present to these early career folks. We've had a number of questions that have come up in the chat. So just a couple of questions that I want to put out there. Terrence, one of the questions that came in is geared towards you and your role. And the question was, what is it that you love most about your job as a fire installer with Johnson Controls?
Okay. As an installer, you know what I love? I love the opportunity to work on growing projects. We always get an opportunity to go into, you know, the bones of a project and get to see, you know, it gives you a help, like a knowledge of construction. You know, we go in and start from ground zero and work our way up. You know, and it's always nice to see the project start from nothing and then the final project when we get done, especially you know, in new buildings and so forth. One of the other things I love are the people. You know, the people are the ones that actually, you know, create the camaraderie for us and help us to evolve and grow, you know, with knowledge. They're the ones that actually make the wheels roll. You know, they give us the knowledge. You know, of course, we get a basic knowledge, and you know, we get extensive information from certain ones who've been in the industry for 10 years, 20 years. But the opportunity to grow with the company, with growing projects, is one of the things that I really love about Johnson Controls.
Thanks, Terrence. I appreciate it. Lizzie,
Yes,
we had a question come up in the chat in regards to what skills and/or certifications would you recommend for early career engineers to stand out in our field?
That is a good question, and I pinged my engineering friend to find out the answer to that. Really, come prepared with your engineering degree, but we will offer lots of internal training around engineering. Really, what we look for is great communication skills. So if you have any, chops around Toastmasters or any sort of debate or communication type experience, that is something that is so critical for our engineers to have. The other thing to be strong at, and not a certification, but another competency or a skill that we really look for, is excellent time management. So sometimes those can be a little bit squishy, and finding a way to prove your experience in those two big topics would be really important.
Thanks, Lizzie. Another question that we have, Ronnie, if you wouldn't mind answering, a bunch of questions came in through the chat in regards to our internships. How long are the internships at Johnson Controls? Are they paid internships that offer benefits? And are high school students able to apply for internship roles?
Oh, good. I'm so glad to see people interested in the internship positions. Number one, yes, they are paid. We pay competitively for our intern roles. And as soon as you start, you are also eligible for benefits like medical, dental, and vision, which is great. A lot of students already have them through school or through their parents, but if you don't, get an internship with us and you'll have benefits and a good paycheck. Typically, the internships are 10 weeks long at a minimum. On average, they're 12 weeks long. And then if it goes really well, they could, possibly extend your internship while you're still in school, finishing up school. You wouldn't want to work 40 hours a week, I don't think. But we usually have you work like 10 to 12 hours a week if it's something you're interested in. And I forget the third question. Maybe that was all of them, Michelle.
High school student,
Thank you.
paid internships and benefits. So we're good.
Okay. And yes, we do have high school internships as well. So they're fewer and far between, but we do offer high school internships. So if you're still in high school and looking for a career, don't hesitate to apply.
Thanks, Ronnie. I appreciate it. And last question, I will take an answer, and then I'm going to pass it over to Sonia to close us out. But how do you go about applying for a role with JCI? Look at the QR code right on the screen. Utilize your camera, and it will bring you right to our careers page where you can look at all the opportunities that we have, whether it's sales, operations, internships, management. So we're really excited to see the applications come through. And with that, Sonia, I'm going to pass it off to you to close us out.
Perfect. Thank you so much. So I wanted to thank everybody for taking a few minutes to listen to some of the folks within our organization talk about their path in Johnson Controls and some of the great things that we offer. So I have just a couple of additional tidbits that I wanted to provide to you just to provide you with a little bit more insight on who we are with Johnson Controls. So as you can see with this slide, buildings are our business. That's what we do inside and out. We really place great focus on providing the best technology and the best solutions within buildings. We are everywhere. I know that you heard a couple of people talk about the different types of buildings that we're within, stadiums, hospitals. We really are everywhere. And we deliver end to end. I mean, it's anything that you could focus on within a building environment in regards to HVAC, fire and security. That's where we work and that's where our bread and butter is. With that in mind, we provide very tailored and flexible offerings. It's not just, one stop and all, one size fits all. We really do take the time to get to know and understand what our customer needs are and put a real focus on tailoring an offering that's best for their solution. And with that, it becomes very impactful in creating relationships with our customers. But the way that we do this is by putting great focus on our values as a whole. Within Johnson Controls, we really do live our values. And that's why we focus on bringing some great people in the organization who have the same values that we focus on, which are integrity first, being purpose-led, operating as one team, being customer driven and future focused. We're always looking at different ideas and listening to our employees to figure out how we can be better in the market. Allison, next page, please. Or excuse me, not Allison. I apologize. And so when we think about our employees, and as you've heard before, our employees are number one. And so with that in mind, we do put a great emphasis on, I'm sorry, back one more, please. Thank you. Put some significant emphasis on really empowering our employees to take an active role in creating the culture and utilizing the values that we find important here at Johnson Controls. And with that, we celebrate uniqueness and creativity of all of our employees. And so we like to offer different opportunities to really get people engaged and get them to communicating about things that are important to them. And with that, we have, I believe, 12 different business resource groups that people can become members of and really focus and have those conversations with people who are, like-minded in the things that are important to them. So we have the Onyx BRG, which is focused on the African American community. We have veteran BRGs. We have global sustainability. I mean, honestly, if you can name it, we have it, and provide a really good opportunity for people to network and as I mentioned before, really have those like-minded types of conversations, and even pushing yourself outside of your comfort zone and having conversations with individuals and thinking a little bit outside of the box there, I guess I'll say. We definitely provide an opportunity for people to have not only their professional growth, but personal growth as well. We do that with a lot of networking, operating in building personal and professional connections, really interacting with different individuals within the business to share your skill sets and different things that you've learned. and frankly, to develop your capabilities to help you move up through the organization and really build upon your career and allow you that opportunity to take ownership of where your career goes. With that in mind and the ability to utilize your skill sets and to really engage with people who are willing to kind of, I guess I'll say, take your hand and help to develop your skill sets, that really gives us a competitive advantage within Johnson Controls to be number one, frankly. And with that in mind, next page, please. So as Michelle had mentioned before, please take a look at our jobs page. It's jobs@johnsoncontrols.com. You can search for different opportunities that are of interest to you. And as well, the QR code is on this page also. And we look forward to bringing you on board. Thank you very much.